All right, we are live on Facebook. Hey everyone, I am so excited to be here with you tonight. I'm here with Erica Landis. Erica, thanks for being on with us. So excited. We're going to dive into all things and peek inside Erica's business and talk a little bit about the Academy and your big plans for Q4. So if you guys are just joining in, you should probably be seeing this both on my business page. And then if I did everything right, it should be popping up in our myconsultanttraining.com tribe group on Facebook. So as you guys are joining in, say hello. Let us know you're on and you can hear us. So I just kicked the kids out. There was a lot happening. Erica and I were like, there's a lot of background noise. So they're all in the backyard. So we should have like 15 minutes of adult time just to chat all things direct sales. I love it. All right. Welcome everyone. Yay. Hey, Debbie. Glad you're on from Australia. Hey, Star. Welcome you guys. All right, Erica, let's just dive right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, what you're all about, and I'd love to just hear a glimpse into your direct sales journey.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Becky. I am super excited to be here. Just all super fun things. So a little bit about myself. I'm Erica Landis, and I am a mom of 4. I also am a dietitian. And my life of direct sales, I was thinking about this because I forgot I actually did direct sales like 12 years ago.
You did? I didn't know this.
I didn't either till I started thinking about it. I was like, oh, the one that I do right now is not my first one. So I actually did direct sales.
Well, take us on the journey. I want to hear it from the beginning.
In 2008, I was doing direct sales for this toy company. This was before I even had kids.
Kids.
Yes, I know. So it was weird. So it was toys, you had inventory, you did parties. I was terrible at it. It was a really, really bad fit. And I cannot even remember why I decided that was a good time and that was a good company. I don't know. I really legitimately cannot remember how that started, but I did it for maybe 6 months. I don't know. Okay. Then I got pregnant, had my first son, and my background is actually in economics and then finance, all kinds of things. Then I switched, went to grad school for nutrition, became a dietitian, and so I'm laughing at myself now.
So it's been a journey.
Yes, so it's been a journey. So then what I do now is Rodan & Field skincare. Yes. I've been doing this for almost 4 years. Love it. Such a better fit for me. This is one where there's no inventory. It's a consumable product. I get to help people feel good in their skin. Just such a better fit. And so I just think that's so funny that I think I always knew I liked entrepreneur type of stuff. Yeah. And direct sales was somewhere in my blood.
Yeah.
But it's also good to remember, if you don't feel like you have the right fit, it's out there. There's so many companies and they're all new ones all the time. So that's something.
A lot of people don't know that I had a direct sales business or an MLM business before I was with Osborne Books for a while. That was before, throwback. But that's what taught me the business model. It was the same thing. It wasn't the best fit for me. And obviously I didn't continue on with that, but I learned how it worked. And I understood the big picture concepts that when I actually dove into direct sales, I was like, oh, I get it. So let's talk about the comp plan. So let's talk about how you get to the next level. I remember at one point my team leader said, have you done this before? And I was like, not really. Not really.
Yeah, but you figure out the lingo and all of a sudden it's kind of making sense. So then when I actually did start doing Rodan & Fields, like you're saying, I knew what questions to ask. Right. I was always kind of peeking, and I think I was always kind of following it along, and I would compare it to some other ones, but I always kept going back to it. Yeah. So somehow it resonated with me, and I actually didn't even try the products first. I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, let's go. Let's just get the products, because it had been around long enough that to me, I'm like, okay, something doesn't last this long if the products aren't good. So the reputation had built itself, and I was like, okay, this is good. I'm in. So at that point, by that point I had 3 kids and my youngest was 1.
They were multiplying.
They were. I don't know. Where were they coming from? So 3 kids at that point, and I was a stay-at-home mom. I had finished grad school, finished nutrition, was trying to figure out what am I going to do, but all along my priority has always been being a mom, always. 100%. And a story to go along with that was, so my kids are in school now, physically in school. We're in the Midwest. They are in the classroom. However, today, one of them was not. And I called the school to say, oh, hey, my son won't be there today.
Yeah.
He developed a cough, and that was one of the symptoms that you can't go to school.
Sure.
Little did I remember that if you don't send one, you can't send any. So, and you can't go back until you get a doctor's note. So
now you're like partially homeschooling.
Yes. But so my point with this is being a mom, number 1 priority, and in direct sales, you have so much flexibility. Like I didn't have to call a boss today to say, hey, I can't come in and then like scramble to find a babysitter. It was like, oh, okay, my business is still going to keep functioning, still going to keep going. And that's one thing that I really love. But anyway, so stay-at-home mom, and I was getting a little like, just needed some self-care, like something that was me and not, because my first 3 are boys. I was like, I just need something that's not loud. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of noise here at our house sometimes. Anyway, it's all fun. But so I was like, I just need something for myself. And I was like, well, this is something kind of like you were saying with the business model. Like, oh, I can kind of see what the business model is. And then from there, see how the business is run, and then apply that towards my nutrition business. So it's been kind of fun. And then, so where are we now? So now I have 4 kids.
It's like, it's the best way to like step into entrepreneurship too, because it's different than like when you're at I worked in a marketing department, and my job was like marketing strategy. That was my thing. I focused on that. I didn't have to do all the things, but in direct sales, you kind of do. You kind of step into that, and you have to figure it all out. But it totally is transferable right into now running my own business independent of direct sales, because all of those skills I had to figure out on my own, now I know how to do it.
Well, and it's nice too, because there are a lot of things in direct sales, like when you're talking about overhead and all these kind of things that are set up. You're like, here's your website,
proven product,
different kind of things. Like
here's some marketing materials.
Right. And it's very cookie cutter in a good way. And that aspect, but it kind of makes me think of like Modern Direct Sellers Academy. And the part that's been really helpful for me there is how to brand yourself.
Well, you've done a great job of that. Like talk more about that. Talk more about your personal brand that you've created within the Rodan and Fields brand.
Yeah. So Rodan & Fields, it's skincare. There are a lot of consultants. I don't know how many. The market's not saturated. How could it ever be? Like it's never going to be saturated. But part of direct sales too is they kind of have this portfolio, and they're like, okay, this is how you do it. Here's the formula that you follow, and it works. But at the end of the day, you're like, well, how am I different from the next consultant, from the next consultant, from the next consultant? Right. So something that really happened with Modern Direct Sellers Academy is this idea. And I think it started with a challenge that you did one time where it was really like understanding your branding
challenge. Yes. Spring. Yes. A lot of people just finished the fall challenge, which is based on sales. Spring is usually based on how you develop this personal brand.
Right. So talking about like, you like your different categories. Like I'm not only skincare, not all the time. And so then I did a little bit more work and came up with a more dynamic Facebook group. And so now it's Face the Day with Erica, partially face because of skincare. And I just love positivity and encouragement. And so it's a place where it's just a happy place, because as Becky and I were talking earlier, there is so much going on in 2020 that sometimes it's nice to just be a positive light.
Just to escape from all of it. Stay in our little bubble.
And it's funny because before all this 2020 stuff happened, at our house, we do WODIs. I don't know. Do you do WODIs? Word of the year?
Oh yeah.
We
I
call
didn't
them, yeah,
have an
WODIs.
acronym though. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. So we do WODIs here. And my
Love it.
WODI was bright for 2020. And didn't know exactly what that was going to look like, but now I've come to realize through like the branding of my business, it's to be that bright spot for other
Yes.
people. And whether it's in real life, whether it's in social media, but just when they're seeing me, it's just something that they're able to face the day because of something I was able to help them with. Now, maybe that's they're feeling better in their own skin, their confidence is growing, just any of it. But it really, I think it was having that branding and thinking of what more can I offer people? Like, I don't want to just say, hey, here's some awesome skincare. And then, okay, see you later. So it's nice. It's nice to have that and get to know people. And it's really been fun having this Facebook group grow.
I love that so much. I mean, on so many levels. One, that you've built this personal brand. And it's funny because when I was getting ready for this tonight, I like went over to your Facebook profile and like grabbed your profile picture for the image and stuff. And you have like you have like hashtags. It's like Mama4 and then dietitian. Like it's your little, like your brand. I don't know if it says Face Today with Erica or if it says something else, like something skincare. But like when I went through the three, I was like, yeah, like that's so clear and memorable, because I feel like sometimes we hide a little bit behind our direct sales business, or we don't really want everyone to know what we're all about, or like we're just pumping out the company branded graphics and copying and pasting and doing the same thing that everyone else is. But really, in order to stand out in a crowded marketplace, no matter if it's within your company or just within the industry or just here online in this big, huge platform, right? Like you have to have some things that make you different. And that's why your customers love you and want to shop with you, because you are this bright spot in their day and you're leading with positivity. And, they want to surround themselves with people that bring that to the table, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. So tell me more just around like personal branding. Like I know I know you do a lot on Instagram, and like how are you working that personal branding into how you're showing up both here on Facebook, but also Instagram and anywhere else you're hanging out too?
Well, there are different things. So another thing, I really like habits. I'm all about habits. All the books, like The Slight Edge, Atomic Habits, Compound Effect. Those are like my top three books. I know. I love them. I love it. So one of the things that I realized with the branding, and part of it was like COVID related, I started walking 12,000 steps every day, or setting that goal. So now, like as a way to keep myself accountable, that's something that I post in my stories when I hit 12,000 steps. I've got my Fitbit tracker here.
I love
so that's something. And I've had multiple people say, oh my gosh, if you can get that in and you're running around after these kids, like I can do that. And so just hearing that feedback that I was able to encourage other people was really great. And that's something too, that's like, okay, well, I can post something like that daily.
Right.
And it's not just about my business, it's about me and my brand. And like, hopefully that's encouraging other people to do walking type of things.
And people are connecting with you on that level. So it's almost like an excuse to, connect and like have something that you're connected to them with, which I love, because as direct sellers, we don't want to just be pushing product in people's faces every 3 minutes. Right.
Well, and then too, you get a reason to cheer other people on.
Yes.
Like, they're doing other things. I'm like, oh, yay, hooray. And part of it's the dietitian in me, I think, and liking the nutrition and positive habits.
Right.
But it's fun. Yeah. So definitely on Instagram, and just showing up in stories. And I used to not do stories. I don't even know when I started doing them. I wasn't even watching people's stories. I was like, stories, what's that? Like, I'm going to ignore it. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, they're only on 24 hours. Like, who cares if they're great? Who cares if they're not great? Like,
you can be a little silly with no risk.
Yes, absolutely. Like, it's the best place to be risky because like it's 24 hours. You can delete it. It's not going to have this longevity.
Well, and
So
I
it's
think
been
it's a
fun.
great place just to like test out content too. So I
Yeah.
think sometimes we think like everything has to be super polished or put together, or we want to say the right thing at the right time. But if you are utilizing stories, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram, they do only last for 24 hours. And if you get a whole bunch of responses and a bunch of people that are responding to you and commenting and engaging with you, then like do more of that in everything else that you're doing, right? Because that's what
Right.
people are connecting to.
Yeah. So that's been fun having that. And then as far as like my Facebook group, it's been fun because I feel like I finally developed my formula, I
Yeah.
guess, of like what type of things I like to post, which days,
Right.
and how to post it. And yeah, it's just been like a fun experiment, I feel like.
Love
And
that.
that's like the fun thing too with direct sales. It's not rocket science. It's not
Yeah.
heavy. It's
Yeah.
just,
It's
it's
fun.
work. It's definitely work, but it's fun. Like if you're not having fun, well, then keep trying.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
fun in there.
Exactly. I've had like a mantra on my board for a while that's, do more of what makes you happy. And like if I ever have a day where I'm like, oh, I'm like totally worn out and deflated and like, a bad day, I'm always like, well, what did I do today? Like, why? Oh, why? Like, I'm my own boss. Like, why am I
I
doing
know.
the things? If I don't really like
Right.
doing those things, then I shouldn't do those things. I should either have somebody else do it or I should figure out a different way to get it done. But like, I don't, I should do the things that make me happy that I want to be doing.
I totally agree. Like just having that accountability and that personal responsibility of like, hey, wait,
Like I
I'm in
can
charge
fix it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Taking
can fix
charge.
it.
I love
I know.
that.
Be
I
the
love that.
problem solver. I love it. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, this feeds right into something we were chatting about before I pushed the go live button. But talk to me about Q4. So we're a couple days away from October 1st, which is
Yes.
typically a really strong time of year. I know that like we're living in the world of 2020 and things are a little bit crazy, but I still feel very confident that Q4 is going to be awesome. So tell me like something you want to get done in Q4 and what that looks like in your business.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this, and part of it was from the challenge that you did earlier, the fall challenge last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just last
Oh my
week.
gosh, it was just last week.
Was that 2 years
You see
ago?
the
No, it
bags
was
under
last
my
week.
eyes. Yeah, no, that was just last week.
Yeah. So it has to do with like social media, and I like being on social media, but I can't be on there all the time, everywhere. Remember what I posted where. So I keep hearing about cinch share. So I'm like, Q4, I'm going to start managing my social media a little bit more,
Yep.
planning things out. I love batching stuff, and I've been doing stuff in the Facebook groups, but that you can only plan out, I think, 30 days. And like
Right.
I was telling you, Becky, I was like, my ideas go way out past
Yeah.
30 days.
We're thinking long term here.
Yeah. So I think, okay, that'll be great. And I can start housing stuff. And the more I can batch within SynShare, then the more I can show up live with
Mm-hmm.
my customers and building the relationships, because you can't be on Facebook all the time or on Instagram all the time, but you still want to be top of mind
Right.
to your customers and people that you can serve. And so to be top of mind, I really think scheduling the social media will help that, and continuing to be a bright spot
Yeah.
for everyone, especially as we get in Q4 of 2020, business wise,
Absolutely. Yes.
politics wise, all of it.
Right. I mean,
All of it.
well, and I think one of the cool things about batching that work and getting it done ahead of time is because I just did this and I'm like approaching my next 3 month mark of batching content. It was such a weight lifted off of my shoulders, just thinking like, whew, like that's done. Don't have to worry about Instagram. I don't have to worry about my group. I don't have to worry. I mean, I have to worry about it. I show up and I'm engaging with people,
Right.
but I don't have to create that content and do that harder thinking
Mm-hmm.
on a daily basis. And I can be more present for my customers and kind of show up more in real time, which is kind of fun and exciting when you can just show up and engage or pop in live or share something that's super timely that just came up that day and feel like that you're still showing up for your customers and building those relationships, but a little bit on autopilot in the background.
Well, and I think it's fun too because you plan the content out, and then when it's coming up in real time, I feel like I get to engage. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, this is a
it's
good
my
question.
turn.
And like, I know I'm typing in responses. And so to me, my responses are more real time, even though like the prompts may not be, or I've kind of thought about, all right, these are the products I want to highlight this season. those kind of things. Because that's the other thing I forget with like the Facebook groups is that I know all about our products, but me knowing about all of them doesn't necessarily mean my customers know all about them all of the time. Even though like the website is really nice and tells a lot of the details, I can't assume that everyone is hanging out on that website all the time.
No, you are for sure the product expert, right? And I think it's so true, not only in that aspect, but I think, sometimes we think our customers are as excited about our products as we are, but like, they're like, wait, what are you doing again over there? Like, I know, I kind of know what you're up to, but like they don't, and they need you to be that expert and the one that's sharing it with them because they have a million other things floating through their heads. Yeah. Okay, so as we wrap up, I again want to just thank you for being on here, and I love.
Oh my gosh, this is super fun.
It is. I know we could like go on and on and on, but I know aware of timing and how long I can keep the kids playing in the backyard before they come in. I already have like the dog whining behind me over here. It's like it's starting to happen. I'm like, I need 20 minutes. Just give me 20 minutes. So as we wrap up, tell me just a couple fun things. Where do you hang out? So what's your favorite social media platform?
Oh, I was like, where do I like to hang out? Well, like, sometimes I'm folding clothes in the laundry room.
I get my steps in, I walk around.
Yeah,
where do you hang out online?
Oh my gosh. So like what's my preference or just where am I? I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook.
What's your favorite place? Do you like Instagram more than Facebook?
Oh gosh. Oof, I feel like this is a tough question. I don't know. I think I like Instagram because it's faster, like more real time.
Okay.
But if Facebook were to go away, I'd be sad because I love the groups. I love groups in Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like I do most of my business on Facebook, but I like secretly like Instagram more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably with you on there. Like if I was just hanging out, I'd choose to hang out on Instagram.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, although I will say the one thing about Instagram, well, that I really like about Facebook is that you can comment in pictures. I want to be able to comment in pictures in Instagram, and you can't. Like you just can only say words. Because I like, like when you can share different images.
Yes. I get it. Commenting with a photo as a response to another post. Okay, I'm like, I think
because I feel like Instagram. Well, no, like Instagram is all about pictures. So to me, I'm surprised that you can't comment in picture.
With a picture.
Yeah,
I know.
Huh. Developers, if you're listening,
and they are listening. I'm sure they're listening.
You never know,
right? Well, when that happens, I'll be like, Erica told him to do it. So, it's probably coming. I'm sure.
Full of ideas left and right.
Tell me what your Starbucks order is. What's your favorite Starbucks drink?
Ooh, you know what? It's funny. I just had Starbucks today because it's National Coffee Day.
As did I. It's the perfect excuse. What'd you have?
Right. And I am really simple. I had an iced latte, no flavor. And usually my go-to order is a hot latte, half calf.
Okay, perfect.
But I really want to try the pumpkin, what is it, the nitro one?
The cream cold brew. That's what I had today.
I'm nervous about the caffeine level. I don't know if I can do that much caffeine.
I needed all the caffeine this week. So I was like, just like, bring it on. You could probably get
I'd probably get like 20,000 steps if I had that much caffeine. I don't know what I'd do.
You'd be inspiring all of us.
Oh my gosh, right?
Okay, last one, just for fun. What is your favorite office supply? Because everyone in the Academy is kind of like an office supply junkie. So tell us.
Why do you think that is? I love office supplies. So my big favorite ones, well, I love planners. My kids know that. They know that I love planners. But one thing, I actually have a planner right here with me always. Yeah. And Emily Lay, do you know about Emily Lay planners or any of her stuff? So she has a bunch of like bright, colorful products. But one of my favorite things of hers are these page markers. They're magnetic.
Oh, that's
and like
cool.
It just clips in your notebook, but it's not like a paper clip.
Yeah.
It's like bigger and like can actually.
I love that.
I know, right? Aren't they so fun? So I have this one. This is called Blue Trellis. And then I have another one. This is her like Happy Floral.
That's so
These are like just you can use them all the time for everything. And yeah, those
are so cool. I think my daughter has bookmarks like that, but they're like itty bitty and maybe have gotten lost.
Yeah, you can use these as bookmarks. I was just seeing if I have something for like size reference, like here's a pen.
Oh yeah, that's a good size.
Yeah. So you can still fit a few pages. Yeah, you could use it as a bookmark for sure. I mean, essentially it's a planner bookmark, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those, so Emily Lay makes these.
Okay.
She does a bunch of planner stuff and notebooks.
We'll have to link it up. All right, Erica, thank you again for being on. Thank you for being a part of the Academy. I love, you are a bright spot in my day. So I am so glad that you're here and part of the amazing Academy. Where can people find you? So we already talked about Instagram, Facebook. What are all your links?
Okay, so what is my group name? Face the Day. I think it's just Face the Day, maybe Face the Day with Erica. We'll link it up.
Okay.
And then Erica Landis is my page.
Face the Day with Erica.
Face the Day with Erica is the full one. Okay, good. Thank you. And then Instagram, Erica Landis.
Perfect.
And even in Instagram, then there's a link to get to the Facebook group. So that kind of, if you can find one, you can find them all.
I love it. I love it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Becky. This was so fun. Have a great evening.
You too. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.